Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my latest video here for you. I can't wait to get into it, so let's go ahead and do it. By the way, that's Jesus roaring like a lion because he's coming to return for his body. So that's about to happen, I believe, and I got some more amazing stuff about the first day that's, related to Trumple. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, so as I've talked about before, my latest videos. In fact, I'll have links in the description box below for my last few videos. And even the one, so I did a part 1 to the decoding of The Shining, okay? And then instead of doing a part 2, because, gosh, there hasn't been much response to that. I don't know why. Maybe people think that I'm going to show a lot of scary scenes in The Shining or something. I don't know. But I'm going to include a link to the original Decode of The Shining I did last year, so I don't actually have to do that. And you can watch that, but just keep that in mind that it's this year versus last year, and the rule of Kal-El with the number 1 being added or taken away, that so it can easily add to 21 being 22, and things like that. So, definitely watch my last videos. They really add to this video tremendously. So I want to talk about this timeline here, but the first day mainly, and how it completely connects to Trumple, okay, and the rise of Trumptimus Prime, okay. So 719 right there, as you can see, okay, is the first day, but there's also 718 before it and 720 after it. Then we have the first attack days. That's why these are in red. There's multiple stuff that's going on. As far as my timeline of events, I have that pin. I'm going to have that pinned to the top of comments in this video and my previous videos, so you can see every single event on each day and what's going to happen, instead of get into it every single thing. I did that in my last video, I believe, second to last video, whatever. So watch the last couple if you can. That give you some more details, and I talk more details about that as well. So I get into some details about each day and the events and things. So watch those as well. Last couple. So that's the first. This is the first attack day, and then we have the demise of Stinky BO, the 44th Prez, on the 25th. Demise of Trumple right here on the 26th. Then we have the tsunami. That's why it's in light blue here. Tsunamis here. Mega tsunamis hitting both coasts. And then the last day, that's why it's gold, because the false golden man, no Obama, is going to basically show up to the world on that day. So these are different birthdays of his. Boom, 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 boom. And then right in the center of that is his death day and reported death day right here. And then these are the actual days. These are symbolic days. So 722 is symbolic. 7/4 or 4th of July is symbolic of 722, hiding 722. And for example, 7/11, which Trumple said when he was running for president in, I think, 2016, I was there in 7/11. I was there in 7/11, and all these other people thought he was saying that he made a mistake about 9/11, but he was really saying the actual month it is, and that was going to be the next attack. 7/11 is 7, 20, hiding 7, 2 plus 9 is 11. Also, we go, convenience stores in the United States are 7-Elevens. I mean, we just had free Slurpees, and Slurpees are the number as well, 729 Slurpee. So there's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's just crazy. I could talk for hours and hours and hours. I usually do. So it's all there. So basically we have the first day, and then we have a pre-day as well, 7/18. I'm going to get into that, and the last day. So just kind of recap that for a lot of you, or people who haven't heard. So this is something that's in a lot of artwork and things out there. It's all over the place. Pretty much prophesying, demons through people are prophesying that he's going to come back. I'll be back, Bennett. Or whatever. In fact, when he comes back, minimum he's going to be running for president for 2024. Maximum, I'm saying that he may partner with Natalia Bennett to try to bring some kind of peace thing with Russia, and it might backfire. That's out there. And now that I've been seeing possibilities of that, but I'm going to say minimum, for sure he's coming back on 7/19, so July 19th, and then there's a pre-day of the 18th, and then there's and we might have the full announcement on the 20th. So somewhere in there, it's hard to say for sure. There's so many things the elite can do that it's hard to pinpoint this. No one's virtually done it. I mean, the smaller things, like people can predict the outcome of certain games because of gematria, things like that. Some of these big things like this, I've literally predicted several things to the day, and hopefully this is going to be nailed 100%. Again, this is how they do it. So I'm just reporting to you what they're doing, what their predictions are secretly to you and the masses, and I'm just revealing what they're doing. I'm not doing it. I'm just showing you what they're doing. I'm endeavoring to try to guess how they're doing it and how they're, showing this in front of you. And that's the whole point. It's Ephesians 5:11. I'm exposing it. I'm not part of the darkness. I'm exposing it. And if you can't understand that, wow, I mean, I don't understand your comprehension, how that works. I mean, it's simple. And I'm not prophesying anything. I'm saying these events pretty much are going to happen, and in a sense prophesying that. But as far as the time frame, I have no idea. I'm doing my best to guess. That's the best thing I can do. So moving on here. So then here's another example here. I mean, they're all over the place, I mean, seriously, it's in your face predictive programming, and there's a number of reasons why, and I'm gonna get into some of that stuff. Why, why Terminator? Why Trump? Why put those together completely? I mean, people can guess, but I'm gonna show you some details on why. Okay, and then there's gonna be some pretty crazy numbers how this is gonna come to pass. Okay, and you got to understand how impossible this is. When you look at the numbers, it's impossible. I'm gonna show you these repeating numbers and these patterns, and they're just really they are pretty much impossible. I mean, we're talking millions, billions, trillions to one on some of these, and then as I keep adding these different so-called coincidences, they just keep into the probabilities just completely out the window. I mean, they just go beyond, but a lot of people don't understand how that works. They don't get the numbers and all that stuff. So it's hard for people to completely tell. But here we go. So I'll be back is 186 in reverse ordinal. And then there's another thing I'm going to show that I haven't shown very much, but I'm going to get into showing more of this in this video. The coordination they do with the reverse and the forward of a particular cipher. And mainly I'm going to stick to English ordinal, but I'll have a few here and there just to make some points and things. So when I'll be back is 186, which is really 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 96. Okay, and I'm just showing you for this purpose. And then 57. Okay, and there's a number of reasons for 96 and 57. I'm gonna get all that. So you have 9, and then 6 plus 5 is 11, and then 7. So 9, 1, 1, 7. Again, you have 9, 11, and 7, 11 right in here, just like what actually Trumple has said. And there's a lot going on there. But the reason for just showing you this is that one of these is a slash. A 1 can be a 1 or a slash. And so we have boom like that, and then we have it backwards. So it's 719. This is exactly backwards. So this is backwards because we have reverse ordinal first, and then English, and then when we put it together, itself is completely backwards. 7/19. Completely backwards. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So that's one of the ways. I'm going to show you other ways, many other ways. Okay, here we go. And then Trump holding a gun is 200. What's the 200th day of the year? 7/19, when he comes back. And by the way, this is his rebirth. So he was birthed as a president or even a politician, all this stuff years ago, and then he is being rebirthed. And he's the John the Baptist of the Antichrist, Sticky B.O., the 44th Prez. And he in an antagonist way. It's a weird way of the enemy doing this, but that's the way he can do it. He has to hide it. He can't come out and say, Trump can't come out and say, hey, I'm promoting like John the Baptist, Jesus Christ, or the false Christ. I've got to be this protagonist. I got to be the antagonist, and that kind of thing. So that's how this works. And it's got to be secret. No one's going to accept it if he tells the truth. I mean, that's how it goes. So he is the John the Baptist. So he is prophesying the return. So by him coming out here or being reborn in a sense, on this 19th, he's saying that Sticky B.O. is born on this day. And then, so he'll be reborn on this day, and he'll die 8 days later on the 26th. And then Sticky B.O. will be reborn on the day before that, and then die 8 days later, die 1 day before that on the 25th, and then be reborn 8 days later. So it's a weird, I should show a diagram, but it's a weird mirror of the two. And so he's mirroring what Sticky B.O. is going to do. He's going to be reborn, die and then reborn, and then Trumple is going to be reborn and then die, and they're going to cross over. It's I should have shown that, but anyway, whatever. And then Trump holding a gun like the Terminator literally is, if you can see this, 7, 19, and then 4. 4 is you can decompress. They love to compress and decompress numbers, and they secretly do that, of course. So 4 is actually 2 plus 2. So we have 7, 19, 2 plus 2. And, you know, believe it or not, it's right there. And I'm going to show you all kinds of things that make even more sense than something like this. Boom. And then Trumpinator, and I've seen, you know, where you showed him holding a gun. It says 2024. Like a lot of them have said above him, Trumpinator. So that's 165. Now, 165 is unique because for a number of reasons, upside down and backwards, it's 619. Sorry, 619. 519, if you see that, 19.5, which is July being the 5th month, 19th, that's the first day right here. And then it's also the 165th day of the year is Trumple's birthday of June 14th. So it's a number of things. It's the first day upside down and backwards, and then it's also the Trumple's birthday, and then it's the opposite day, which I'm going to get into here in just a second. Let me go into that first. So Trumple's birthday is June 14th, 1946. There's so much in this I could talk about. Anyway, moving on. So, boom, that is the 165th day of the year with 200 days left over. And then the day he's going to be reborn, because this is birth, and then another birth is being reborn, is the 200th day with 165 days left over. See how that works? Okay, and so because that's what they're predictively programming you. See, what they do in all these things, movies, TV, and all this kind of stuff, is they secretly show the dates and the subject matter they're going to actually exercise in the future, or they're going to, you know, basically execute in the future. So it's all hidden in their propaganda and their gematria in the present, but it's prophesying the future secretly. Okay, so you just got to figure that out. And so I have figured out a number of their systems that the Lord Jesus has basically guided me through, and he's shown me a lot of their systems and how their numerology works and things. And he deserves all the credit. He's the one who's guided me through this. He's the one that originally gave me 7 years ago dreams and visions and all kinds of crazy stuff that made me want to not do anything. I wanted to run away. I mean, for a while, and then he basically brought me back to, you know, doing this for him. And I wanted to serve him, but I didn't want to go out there and talk about dates and everything. Of course, who does? Who would want to? Who would want to be ridiculed by thousands of people for showing the truth and what's coming and warning people for their own benefit? Most people wouldn't want to go through that for years and years and years. And so I have for 7+ years. So, and then 4 years, almost exactly 4 years on YouTube coming up here. So, but you know, he's told me I will be vindicated and everything, and it's going to happen. I'm very thankful. So, and that, I believe, is very possibly coming on the 19th here, the 19th of July. I'm in a lot of ways excited. I'm, you know, upset for people in so many ways, but then also very excited. It's a weird thing. It's a dichotomy. That's bizarre, and I don't like it really, but caring for people so much, but then on the other hand, want to be with Jesus, and one of these things that come to pass to show that I've been, you know, the Lord's been showing me this the whole time, and it's going to help save people. Believe it or not, people don't see that. It blows my mind how, listen, if I tell you that some events are going to happen before they happen, and then you ridicule me and everything, whatever, and then what if they happen? Then that whole thing is shedding a different light on who I am, and more importantly, by far, and I don't even care about me, it's about putting Jesus out there, showing that he did this. He's the one who's telling you this. He's the one that's warning you. He's the one who cares. In the midst of all the lies and deceit of the enemy, he's the one that's bringing out people to warn you and tell you ahead of time, hey, I care about you. I don't want you to go through this. Submit yourself and humble yourself before me, because I love you and I want the best for you, and all you want to do is your own thing. That's the point. That's the whole point. Okay, so I'll be back. I'll be back, Bennett. Anyway, so I'll be back. I could do so much with Schwarzenegger right now. Heal me now and understand me later. Anyway, so he'll be back is completely, predictive programming in Terminators and other movies of his. That was a catchphrase because he was John in so many different ways. And again, Donald John Trumple, is that I call him Trumple. A lot of people don't know I call him Trumple because he's Trumple Thin Skin. That's my name for him, Trumple Thin Skin. And because it's Trumple Still Skin, and he claimed to spin straw into gold, and that's how Trump has all these claims of what he's going to do and everything, and then whatever. And he's a false promoter. All kinds of things. Yes, I mean, maybe he's done certain things that people perceived, but when you really look at the things he's done, it's really set things up for what's coming. I mean, literally. So he started oil flowing, and here comes, in the United States, right? Here comes Biden to, secretly try to say he's going to shut it down. But they wanted that to flow because when all this stuff happens, Russia and China are going to invade, and they want to access all this oil. I mean, it's so crazy. People don't get all this stuff. When you're talking about, for example, you're talking about shootings and stuff, and all these shootings have been happening, people go, oh, gun control, and they're going to do all this stuff. But what happens, this is what the elite knows is going to happen. People, conservatives and Christians, buy more guns each time. I mean, look at the stats. Look at it literally happens each time there's more because they're concerned about that. And and I understand why they would be. But the elite want people to buy more guns because when all this starts happening, they're going to be shooting each other, killing each other, especially when people turn into zombies and all kinds of stuff. They're going to be shooting each other. And they want people to kill off people for themselves. I mean, remember the Guidestones that just went down? I mean, that's what they said. They want to get it down to 500 million people. And by them taking down the Guidestones themselves, they're saying it's on in a number of ways. There's so much. In fact, when that explosion happened, so-called explosion, I mean, I had a number of people say that God struck it with lightning. Oh, really? Oh, really? Really? No, you don't know the messaging that's going on in the Guidestones that happened, okay? God didn't erect them. People did. If you want to say God controls everything, fine, okay, say that, and you believe that, okay? But I don't believe God controls everything. The people have free will and everything, so that's where I come from. So people erected that were evil, and they want to say, hey, we want to kill off most of the population and have 500 million ideally, so it's in our what we want for our goals and everything. Forget the fact that it's completely satanic and all this stuff they want to do, but all this stuff, their symbolisms of this explosion, and the one that they destroyed was one side was Hindu, the other side was Arabic, and they want them to fight and annihilate each other, so that's why I exploded it. And then there was a pyramid shape exactly on top of one of the other ones, and which one was that? They're transferring power, or the pyramid of power, onto what stone was that? One side is Russian and the other side is Chinese. So they're transferring power from the United States, which is the pyramid that's on top of the Washington Monument that people don't know. There's a pyramid, the very tip of the Washington Monument that I've shared in my videos is the pyramid of power for the the military industrial complex, which was United States. And that pyramid, it literally has 13 levels. And I'm going to show you that here soon, has 13 levels and a cap on the top that was Tiffany's, has a message and everything in it, and I've shared that all. And that's the 14th level. There's 13 ruling families, and the 14th is the Antichrist, and that's on top of the Washington Monument. Look it up, look at it, look at the pictures. It literally 13 levels of stone, and the 14th is that. And then we have two other pyramids of power. One is the religious, which is Rome, and that's the Parthenon. It's symbol for that, the pyramid on the top of the Parthenon. And then we have another symbol of power pyramid, which is I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's an old building in London, which is the financial capital of the world, and the financial control, I should say, in London. I can't think of it, what it's called now. Anyway, but there's a pyramid based on the top of that. Or the top of it is a pyramid. So those are the sources of power. And by the way, if you want to reference this another way, look at the cover of The Economist magazine 2017, and it shows a tarot card reading for the world. And one of the cards shows the three pyramids and how they influence all culture. It shows, movies, TV, all this stuff. It shows all that. Now, these three pyramids influence that. It's a kind of a representation of that. And there's many other things. When I share these things, all the things I'm sharing, I literally have thousands of examples I can share. Thousands of examples of research and stuff I've done over years. I mean, most of it's thousands, some of it's hundreds, but most of it's thousands, because when I add all this together, it is. So anyway, I'll be back, okay, is a secret code. I've shown you some things already, but there's even more. So what I'm going to do is give you the Yoda method. Take you to him, I will. Take you to him, I will. Okay, so anyway, so take you to him. I'll, Okay, so this is an example of SOV, subject, object, verb. We're used to subject, verb, object, sorry, object, verb, subject. Maybe either way. But instead of saying I will take you to him, he says take you to him. I will, with the verb at the end. I will. Okay, so I'm gonna switch. I'm just showing this because, and then this is a conjunction here or whatever. Conjunctions. That's what. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll be back. I'm gonna switch it to be back. I will be back. I will. So or be back. I'll. Okay, so that makes be back. I'll. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing that way because it still means the same thing, but in a sense, it's kind of an anagram of words. Because then I can show you, break it down a little bit easier. Because listen, all the numeric values of this are there, but they're kind of moved around a little bit, and so it's easier for me to show you by the way they do things, how they do things by kind of moving around like they would secretly move it around. So they can't just show you the numbers. They've got to kind of make little twists here and there, so you can't quite see it. Of course, like backwards, upside down, and backwards. Moved around like an anagram, kind of mixed around a little bit. So here we go. Now, first letter code, BBI is 229. Okay, right away, 922, first attack is September 22nd and 23rd. But we're talking about the first day when Trump will be back. So, but all the numbers I show, the examples, literally they show the numbers of all these different attack days in that time frame I showed you earlier. So that's how this works. They love showing all of it, but I'm just, for this sake of this, I'm going to just show you. But there it is, 922, September 22nd and 23rd. Okay, so, but for this sake, I'm just going to try to focus on, well, I will focus mainly, I'll show you some of the other examples, but mainly the first days. Okay, bam. So then we got, last letter code is EKL. E is 5, K is 11, L is 12th letter of the alphabet. And so we're going to bring, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring down the top like that, 229. And then again, a little twist backwards. We're going to do, instead of being EKL, we're going to go LKE. And then we're going to just put this backwards. They just love to do that. So instead of, again, nothing changes. All the numerology is exactly the same. I'm not messing with the numbers here. So 21115 is what it would be. So 21115. Okay. So again, first letter code. Again, I don't know of anybody that I've ever seen that does first and last letter code. There's a few people out there that do gematria, but I do first last letter code also because it's massively significant and there's massive messaging and predictive programming in all first and last letter codes pretty much. Some of it's more detailed and more coded, so I don't get into it in some aspects, but other ways it's very straightforward. And I'm going to show you how kind of straightforward it is right here. So here we go. We brought that down. Now we're going to take these numbers and simply just, okay, then they a lot to do when you have these numbers. One little twist, which is switch these two right here. So we're going to switch them. Switch it. See, switch. One little switch. And now we can do it backwards completely. So 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7. And this is 19 backwards exactly. So this is exactly backwards. See how this is exactly backwards? 5, 1, 1 is 7. And then that's 19 backwards. And then we have 2, 2, 2. So we have July 19th, 2022. That's impossible. Especially when I'm talking about this. I've been talking about this already. Now I'm bringing you even more incredible information of how this links to Trumple, John, and all this stuff. And it's crazy. Now, how does this could this possibly be the exact same number that's equated to Trumple's full name? If I were to say that ahead of time, and then what are the chances? It's way out there. If this number is going to match that number out of so many possibilities, it's just it's virtually impossible that this number would match this and be an exact date. Okay, but it's going to happen. Watch. And again, you got to realize how impossible this is. That this is not just chance, okay? It's designed. I mean, if you can't see that, I can't help you. I mean, that's on you, okay? That's on you. When you stand before the Lord, and I'm being honest, I'm telling you, the Lord's told me to tell you this, okay? When you stand before the Lord and you watch the stuff I've presented and you can't see the forest for the trees, that's on you. He's gonna. What it says in Romans? It says that all creation is, if he just used this one fact, all of creation is evidence that God exists. So you're of no excuse. And if you don't believe in God, or you don't follow God, or try to follow his son, Jesus, or whatever, he's just going to, when you stand before him, you're going to say, listen, the first thing I have is all creation was evidence of me and my Father, and you couldn't even get that. So you have no excuse. Literally, you have no excuse. You can't stand there and go, oh, my life is hard, and and whatever, and there's not enough evidence of you, and so I didn't follow you, whatever. He said, no, the first thing against you will be, look at creation. It is, you can't deny creation is the best example of that there is a God, and then there's the Son of God. I mean, it's crazy. So that's what I mean. It's just absolutely crazy that you can't see the forest for the trees in his creation. Okay, so first letter code is Donald DJT Trumple. Okay, DJT 412. Okay, last letter code, and again, J is 10, but we take away the 0. They don't include zeros, and then T is 20. Take away the zeros. Okay, but I could keep that 20, but anyway, whatever. Just do it this way to make it nice and simple. Last letter code is D, and then N is 14, and then P is the 16th letter of the alphabet. Now, again, we're going to bring down this one. Okay, 412. And then this one, we don't always have to go backwards on stuff, but this whole thing will be backwards again. See, that's how this works. But we're going to go keep this forward just like this, 414. See, again, now there's no little tricks, except for one. Okay, watch this one little switch. See, the little switch right here, watch. This little switch. They love to do this. Again, see the pattern here? The little switch, boom, like that. Now let's read it backwards. Ready? So we have 1 plus 6 is 7. 14 plus 4 plus 1 is 19. And then 2 is 2. And then we decompress. They love to do this little twist. Again, another little twist. 4 is deconstructed to 2 and 2. Again, 7/19/2022. The exact day. And I have in my database of thousands of things. I'm not exaggerating one bit. I have thousands of things. I mean, how can I pull these several things in this video from hundreds of things if I don't have a database of thousands of things? I mean, and for actually 7 years, but 4 years of gematria for sure. So that's exactly the right. I mean, seriously, this is pretty much saying this is happening. 99% chance this is happening. Sorry, but this is nuts. Okay, here we go. And then, so like I said, look right here. I mean, look at this. Donald J. Trumple, John Trumple is, I'll be back. I mean, seriously, the exact day, to the year, to the month, to the day. Bam. Okay, I made my point. Okay, so he is Optimus Prime. He's anyway, I'm gonna sometimes I could do it better. Sometimes, anyway. So he's Optimus Prime. Someone who always, this is, by the way, in the Urban Dictionary, but there's some valid things, because there's a lot of urban things that are promoted through demons, through culture and things like that. So someone who always looks on the bright side, even the most depressing situation. Anyway, you see this. So he's such an Optimus Prime. So, and Trumple is the optimist, okay? You don't believe me? I'll show you. So Optimus Prime is 169, or 6 months and 19 days into the year is 7/19. And another way of looking at it is optimistic. He's the optimistic prime. The prime is the main, okay? The prime optimist, the prime optimistic, okay? It's seriously, look, 7/19. I mean, this is all works together. It's crazy. So look, Donald Trump is one hopeless optimist. Trump is an optimist. Don't be fooled by optimistic Trump. Get it? I said optimistic Prime. Look at this. It's endless. It's endless. I'm just going to show you some examples. Trump, the relentless optimist. Trump tries taking on a new role. Optimist. Not a new role. He's been like that. He's like, I'll change everything, make it better. Everything's so good. Love this country. It's seriously. Okay, so he's Optimus Prime. Okay, I almost said that in my title, but I didn't ruin it. The rise of Optimus Prime. Anyway, those who know the Transformers, those who don't, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a little bit about it. So again, I'm doing the forward and the reverse of one particular cipher, the full reduction. So we have 7-4 and 7-9. So if you go boom, again, there's another message here, 7-11. Again, he said it himself. I was there at 7-11. I was down there in 7-Eleven. Okay, and then, but it's also 11 is 1 and 1 is 2, and then we show the 7 9 7 9. So 7 is the middle of 29. 7 is in the middle of 29, or we have 2 being 1 and 1. 7 is the middle of 29, so we have 729, which is 711. Or we have 2 broken down into 1 and 1, so we got 1 and 1, and 7 9 is 7/2. Oh, that was okay. I actually did something. I kind of messed up on this a little bit. It's supposed to be, that's true, okay, but it's also supposed to be 1179. So that's 7/19. Okay, it's both actually. It's really crazy. I'm gonna show you some more examples of that. Okay, boom. Okay, and then Transformers. Okay, so he is a transformer. Why? Because he brought the hokey pokey. He brought the hokey pokey, and conservatives and Christians would never accept it if it was Hillary, for example, right? I mean, come on, please. He brought it the hokey pokey and to transform people. He's the transformer, okay? And people are the transformers, okay? It's crazy. It's really sick. And think about this. A transformer, if you know anything about transformers, I mean, I do because I was a kid and I played with them, but they're a person. I mean, literally, you had like characters like Jazz who talked like a cool black guy, and it's like, yeah, Jazz, I'm into this. I mean, it's talking like a normal person that you anthropomorphize. That's a long word. Anthropomorphication. You basically put human qualities to a machine. Okay, so that's saying a human's going to be a machine. Get it? Okay, hopefully you get it. So when you got the hokey pokey, you're injecting stuff that's going to make a person machine inside, but then they're still a person. So they're a cyborg. And so, a transformer is a form of cyborg. It's a machine on the outside, but a human kind of soulish kind of person inside. I mean, with character like Optimus Prime, Autobots roll out. I mean, come on, seriously. I mean, talking like John Wayne. I mean, literally, I could have made this video like 2 hours longer because I have all these connections to John Wayne, and then I was like, that's how I thought of him when I was a kid. Like he was very similar. He had a gun and he was fighting, like a cowboy and a leader and all that stuff. And I thought, and then when I looked up Peter Cullen, who does the voice of him, he said one of his main inspirations for Optimus Prime was John Wayne. And then there's another Donald John Trumple. Okay, it's another John Wayne. And then again, I could have put slides of this, but Donald Trump was also in a wax museum where he is right in front of John Wayne, trying to equate himself to John Wayne and all kinds of stuff for all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of numbers and all this stuff. But anyway, sorry, back to here. So Transformers is also 5 being the 5th month of July. 18th. Against 18th is the predate to the 19th. And then we have 2 and 1 is 2. So you just switch these two and you have 2 2. So 5th July 18th 22 is right here. And then boom, which is the July 15th 2020 is the 199th day of the year. Okay, 199th day of the year is really, really important. So boom, because Transformers is also, again, in English versus how these relate to English in reverse, the 166th day of the year is still Trumple's birthday, but it's his birthday on a what does it go? On a leap year. On a leap year, the 166th day of the year is Trumple's birthday. Okay, June 14th. So then you put that basically upside down and backwards is 199 as well. But then it's also the 199th day of the year, July 18th, has 166 days left over. You see how this is? Upside down and backwards is 919 or 199 or whatever. And it's also upside down and backwards is 919, which is September 19th, or September is 719. Hopefully that makes sense. It's crazy. All this stuff is pointing to that like crazy. And then you have Donald John Trumple, okay, is 185, and then Transformers is 518. Again, July being the 5th month to the elite, and 18, 518. Donald John Trumple is a transformer. Okay, it just keeps going. Donald J. Trumple is 296. Again, Francis Bacon has to do with capitals, so any proper name is going to be capital. So that's 923, or September being 7. Septem is 7 in Latin. 23, 723. Okay, the first of tackles. Okay, but it's the first attack, and it's also the day. The first attack. Why am I saying that? Okay, it's the day that people transform into these zombies because of the hokey pokey, and I'm proving that. So he is a transformer. Look at that. I mean, exact cipher, exact number. Donald J. Trump is a transformer because he's responsible for transforming people to bring the hokey pokey. Okay, so 9/23 September 23rd is the day that people turn into the transformed. Okay, it's crazy. He's also the Terminator. Okay, he's the Terminator. That's going to kill off people. Okay, I'm telling you, it's coming. And that's what this really means. September 23, which is 7/23. And see, even the 7's in the middle, the 9's in the middle, 9's in the middle. See how that goes? And we got Francis Bacon, and we got reverse Francis Bacon. Again, how these relate. It's crazy. Hopefully you follow me. I'm proving it. Sorry, if you don't see it, I can't help you. I mean, people that have eyes to see can see. Just like when Jesus spoke parables, I mean, people didn't have ears to hear, so he spoke in parables. But the ones who did could start understanding and comprehending what he was saying. So that's, I guess, what I am. I'm speaking, number parables. Then, that's how it is. Okay. So even look, Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines is coding to that day of the July 23rd. Again, July. How is it coded? Watch this. Boom. July, and then 2 is broken into 1 and 1. And then again, a little twist. So we have July, and then what is that? That's July. That's 7/23. That's how they do this. I've said 1,000 times in my videos. 1 is a slash or a 1, and they hide this way, or add another day by having the slash turn to a 1 or whatever. But that's the rise of the machines. Terminator. He's going to terminate people by the rise of the machines, and that's people. That's the machinery, in a sense, the technology inside them on this day. I'm telling you this. Look out. You've been warned. And then John Connor. Yeah. Anyway, I can't. Yeah. Anyway, so again, another John Connor is 7/18. Okay, again, the pre-date, 7/18 to 7/19. And then we have also the actual day, but in this way, it's 6 months and 19 days into the year is 7/19. Okay, there we go. Again, first pre-day and first day. Bam, I'm improving this. Now check this out. Trump's formers. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. There's so much in these things. Boom. Okay, so if you look at this, how is this Trumple? Okay, so like I said, he is Trumptimus Prime. He is Optimistic Prime. Okay, so whatever. He is Optimistic Prime. Look at this. Instead of red, white, and blue, we have red, gray, and blue. But it's red, white, and blue. See? He's the leader. Red, white, and blue in a sense. Okay? I mean, you guys read between the lines. I'm going to show you more things that are in between the lines. Watch. Optimus Prime is 165. Again, that's Trumple's birthday. The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's Trumple's birthday. Okay, that's a coincidence? No. Especially when you add all this stuff together, there's no such thing. Anyway, boom. Then we have, that's 5. Again, this upside, so this is Trumple's birthday, 165. But then upside down and backwards, you read this backwards, 19th of the 5th month, which is July to the elites. Okay, then red, gray, blue is 7/19. 7 in the middle of 19. Again, it's just one little twist. So 7 can be switched with 1, 7/19, or 7 in the middle of 19. Boom. Red, gray, blue. Okay, or like, again, red, white, and blue is what it's trying to say, but hiding just a little twist. Instead of red, white, and blue, it's red, gray, blue, because red, gray, blue really means 7/19, okay? I'm telling you, that's how this works. Follow me. And Autobots roll out. Whatever, my voice cracked there. Okay, anyway. Yeah, 7/19 again. I mean, what is that, a coincidence? Reverse ordinal, 7/19. I don't think so. He's red, gray, blue, and he says Autobots roll out, and they're the exact same thing. No, I don't think so. Wrong. And then we have Donald Trumple is 5/19, which 5 is also, again, July is the 7th month of the Gregorian, 5th month of the Roman calendar, and that's the one the elite use. Okay, there it is again. Reverse ordinal again. See this relationship here? 5/19, 7/19, and 5's in the middle, 7's in the middle. Wow, I'm proving it. Sorry. And then Autobot. So he is a transformer. I showed he is an Autobot. Okay, and that is 7/18, the pre-day, 7/18 and 7/19. Okay, boom, rolling it, bringing it. Okay, so Trump's formers. Okay, look, right, even on this this little fake magazine thing that this artist did. It moved by demons. I mean, July 1st. Again, July 19th is July 1st. Because 1 plus 9 is 10. Take away the 0 is July 1st. And it's symbolic. Like I said, it's symbolic in my timeline I showed. The symbolic of July 1st being July 19th. Really. Okay, then we have, boom, pointing to that. It's a freight liner. Trumptimus Prime, or Optimus Prime, okay, is a freightliner truck. You know, the flat front of the truck, it's like in the 80s. I think they came out in the 80s, maybe 70s, but it's a really flat-faced truck. He's based on a freightliner. And then in the later movies, it's got the nose and the I guess they're Peterbilt or whatever they are. Freightliner even has an extended front and everything too, I think, versions of whatever. But that Freightliner was the actual smashed flat front. And that's what this is. Again, this is, I'll say it this way. So 5th month, 7th day is Stinky BO's demise, and then adding one more day is 5th month, 8th day, or the 26th, 25th, and 26th is Trumple's demise. So again, we're going to have Trumple's demise because we have his birth and his demise, his rebirth and his demise. I'm saying demise, say differently than DEATH. Okay, boom. And then, okay, boom. And then right here, no. And then right here, that was my toddler coming in while I'm recording. Okay. Then right here we have 7, 2, and then we don't count zeros, and then 1 plus 5 is 6. 7, 2, 6. Again, 5th month, 7 plus 1 day is 5th month, 8th day is Trumple's demise on the 26th. 8 is 2 plus 6. And then we have the exact day right here. 7/26 is his demise. 7/26, 7/25. Or you can move this 1 over here and put the 2, switch the spots. 7/25 is Stinky Bill's demise, and then 7/26 is Trumple's demise. Okay, I mean, they're all here. It's all here. It just shows up. And then he's saying here on the cover, again, this is the artist doing this, inspired by demons, to put this out into the public and everything. And how much the artist knows and all that stuff, I don't know. Some are really in the occult and in Masonry and know more, but ultimately I think even high Masonry don't even know really what they're doing completely, because demons hide it to some level. And as you get higher in whatever occult it is, or whatever, secret society or whatever it is, as you get higher, you know more, and more is revealed to you. But ultimately, even the enemy, the devil, is blind to what he's doing himself, because he doesn't. I mean, why would you go against God? I mean, that's the dumbest thing of all dumb things. Someone who created you and knows everything before you and around you and after you and everything, knows everything. I mean, it's the dumbest thing. I mean, it's like to war against God. I mean, what an idiot, what a maroon, as Bugs Bunny would say. Anyway, what a maroon. Okay, so this is a whole phrase here, or sentences here, but this is separated by dots. So I'm going to show you this, and then also this is in quotes. So I'm going to separate this. I'm going to show this all together. These separate and that separate, so you get an idea what I'm talking about. So he says, I am more for the military. This is Trumple, right? I am the most militaristic person in this room. I would have a military that is so strong that we would never have to use it, because people would say, no way we're messing with them. So this is all gematria, of course. That's how these people work. So this, you see how this is separated from this by these dots here in a little bit. So I'm going to do this separately. Boom. And then what a surprise. We see the 726 I said backwards, 726. Again, this is Frank Baconus, because that is the capitals in there. So that's one capital. I am. You start I with a capital I. 726 is demise. Okay, now we're going to do the whole thing. Watch. The whole thing here, right here, boom, is 1. Again, switch the 3 and the 9. So it's 19344. Okay, 19 is right there. And then we have 34 is 7. And then 4, again, the little twist right there is 4 is... boom, 2 and 2. So we have 19th of July 22. I'm telling you, it's right there, believe it or not. Okay, boom. And then we have 100. This is how many letters, and this is how many words. So 164 plus 164 plus 42 is 206. What's the 206th day of the year? 7/25, the demise of Stinky BO. And like I said, 7/25 is right there. There it is. Boom. See? And then keep going. No way we're messing with them, right? Okay, and then that is, boom. First of all, it's We switch the 4 and the 2, so 426. Now, what's 426? We know what 726 is. What's 426? Let me show you. So this is a very unique month in the Jewish calendar, and I'm going to use the Torah calendar because it's the most accurate by far for a number of reasons. It's, synced to the blood moons, and Revelation 12 sign, a lot of different things God's done in the sky and everything, and signs and things, more than even the Jewish calendar, that, the secular one. This is the accurate one, believe it or not. Okay, so 4th month of Tammuz exactly matches the 7th month of July, which is extremely rare. So the 26th of the month, 4th month of Tammuz, exactly equals the 7th month of July, 26th. So 426 is 726. You see that? Okay. And then to give you an example how rare it is, the last time this calendar matched up on the days exactly like this was July 19th. I'll just give you an example of July 19th, but anytime in July was 2003. So 19 years ago, it was when it matched on the same numbers. So, being a few days off, but this being, most days is several days off, a few days off, or a couple, even one day off. This is exactly the same day. So 426 is 726. Hopefully that makes sense. Boom. 426 is 726, 726, 726. Boom. Trumple's demise. Okay. Let me go back here. And then 926, like I said, you can get rid of any one. But 926 is September, which is 726, so 726 again. 726, 726, 726, 725. Okay, boom. And then no way we're messing with them is just to throw that in there because it's the first attack day, and we were talking about 7-2, just to show you how there's these other numbers, 723. I mean, come on, really. Okay, so Prime is secretly saying, so Prime is the rank of Optimist, okay? Optimus. I want to say Optimist. Optimus Prime is his rank, Optimus, and that's his rank. Okay, so rank is the highest distinction of many Transformers continuities. Typically, so it's the main leader. So that could be easily translated to president. Okay, the main leader. Okay, president. Okay, now watch this. Literally, they showed this as a quote. We are Primus. We are Prima. We are Prime Nova. We are Sentinel Prime. We are Optimus Prime. And that's where people would rally behind the main leader as the prime or the president. Okay, and proof of that is we are Trump. I mean, come on. Oh, man, I'm bringing it. Sorry, I am bringing it. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You're so amazing. Again, he led me to all this stuff. He's the one that's amazing. I'm not. I'm just the messenger, that gets to be ridiculed. And anyway, here we go. Boom. And then check this out. So this is also this freakazoid called this right here. See right here. I'm just going to say that. This freakazoid called that right there. Okay. That's behind Trumple and all that stuff supposedly, which is really stinky BO, the 44th president. I've proved it in past videos. Look up my past videos. Go back to, you see Obama open up his coat and see the Q underneath, which is, anyway, he is Q, and I have proved that in many ways. But this stupid saying that they have. Oops, let me go back here. Where we go blank, we go blank. I'm just gonna say it that way. So where we go blank, we go blank. Okay, because I don't want to say anything with that because I could get my stuff removed. So okay. So where we go blank, we go. That's a stupid saying, okay? And I'm going to show you how that's completely these numbers when he's coming back and other things. Now watch. Ready? Boom. Okay, so that whole phrase in reverse ordinal is, so it is my birthday, May 29th, but it's really, July is the 5th month till least, 29. So that's the tsunami. That's the birth of the Antichrist, okay? And that's who Q is, okay? Because Q is 17 BO. Barack Insane Obama is BO is 215, which is 17, and there's many other reasons why. Q is a intersection of X and O. You put them together as X and O. Anyway, I'm not even go there. Sorry. Okay, and then this is 7 words and 19 letters. This happens to be, just a coinkydink, prophesying again in a sick, demonic way, his return, who is really about where we go blank, we go, and then the one is the one. I'm the chosen one, he said, right? Trumple, I'm the chosen one. Yeah, right. Okay, boom. And then there it is. Where we go, they're doing it this way, where they put a 1 in there instead of an O. Where we go, I've seen that before. That's, again, look. See, look. The birth of the Isis on 7 or July 29th. The birth of Isis, the 210th day of the year. Isis is born on 210. Okay, boom. And then look at this. First letter codes, W, W, G, O, W. And look, this is what we do. And again, the little twist is the 7 should just switch place with 1 and put 7 down here. And then 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 6 is 19, plus 6 is 19, plus 7 is 19, plus 5 is 24, plus 5 is 29. And that's 729 again. 729 is September 20, or I mean 729 is July 29. July being the 5th month and July being the 7th month. 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 5 plus 5 is 29. Okay, and we have the first day here. So the first day, and we have this. They like to do that. Again, show several days. So again, we have 7. 1 plus all this is 29. Boom. Proven. Sorry. Okay. And then president is, the root word of president is preside. Okay, be set over others, have place of authority, direct and control. This is so crazy how the Lord leads me to this, because I can't even tell you completely. I can't remember the exact process how he led to do this, but he did. And how this comes together is just crazy. To preside over or govern, okay, so that is a president, a stand guard, superintend, literally sit in front of before. Okay, now watch. This is insane. So to preside is 6, 7, 8 in English, reverse English Sumerian. Okay, boom. Oops, sorry. Boom. And in English Sumerian, you just get it how these relate, the forward and the reverse. By the way, both words, this is Optimus is president to preside. I'm showing in many ways. This is crazy. Okay, I'm showing you how Trumple is Optimus. Okay, I've showed it several ways already. Both words are 7 letters and 1 word. That's July 1st or July 19th hidden, okay? The symbol, 7-1, right there. Both words are 7 letters and 1, but they're 1 word. Okay, that's crazy. And then what's crazy about that? The fact these already match, I mean, and they're both 7 letters, 1 word, being July 1st or July 19th secretly, right? Then what's crazy about this? Well, bam. Well, I did 7-1, okay. And then 6, 7 plus 8 is 15, and that's upside down and backwards, 519. To even prove it even more. See, they do multiple things hidden and stuff to prove it, because they have to. It's required by God to do that. Some people said, oh, where's it in the Bible? It's inferred in the Bible in several places. And some of that stuff I don't get into, because I don't, I have this tremendous debate about scriptures, and it happens every time. Oh, that's not really what that says. Oh, I mean, I'm tired. I just don't do it. I'm just saying it is there. It's hinted to many places in the Bible where God sets up these standards, and they have to. And if you understand this stuff at all, you look at the stuff, you understand it. You know, it's in the predictive programming stuff is what is required by God, but then they do it. They make it super coded and super secret, so you can't figure it out unless the Lord shows you, or you're inspired or whatever. Usually, because it's very hidden. Some things are more obvious, obviously, and I try to point out the most obvious I can find, so you can, you're like, oh, well, you don't have to really think about it really hard or whatever, or really, add so much together to figure it out. But I try to show you the things that are more obvious, but it's not always easy that way, but it is there all the time. Okay, boom. Okay, so an Autobot Supreme Commander may be called Prime, even if he does not possess the Matrix. They're called the Matrix of Leadership. In such cases, the term is a title only and not part of that Autobot's name. See Ultraman. In other cases, an Autobot may serve as a Matrix Templar without being the Supreme Commander. And I've said 1,000 times that he is not only, in a sense, a Mason Trumple, he's a Templar. He is the highest order of the Knights Templar. And this comes up. It's just not a surprise, but it's also kind of shocking in a way, because it's like everything I've ever said based on all kinds of information, the more information I see just validates it even more. It's just so crazy. And then who is the 13th Prime? Optimus Prime. Okay, if I'm going to say it right. The 13th Prime is Optimus Prime, the mediator and visionary of the Primes, who united them by whatever. Okay, and so this is the first Prime. Look how super simple this is. And what does he do? He transforms into the Matrix. The Matrix of Leadership is what it's called. Okay, I know this stuff because I was a kid, Transformer kid, and then, kind of a nerd for that kind of stuff. because it was fun. One of the coolest toys ever are Transformers, okay? And they made it that way because they can predictably program you with all this kind of stuff, and you just love it. And that's the same way with a lot of things. People are into all kinds of things. There's a smorgasbord of things out there to be into, especially in the United States, and then we put that all around the world. So people watch all these movies and TV and all this stuff, and they love all this stuff, and they have no idea they've been programmed the whole time. I mean, to what's coming, and even all these little details about society and these crazy things that people believe now, because it's all because of the programming for years and years and years, and which originally was directed by the CIA. I mean, it's just a fact. They've admitted it in Congress. They've been in the media. They've admitted in Congress this testimony of the CIA back in the 60s and 70s that they were behind all this. They admitted it in Congress. You can look up the footage. They've admitted it. I mean, it's crazy. It's out there. If you just look, but people don't look. They don't search. They just don't question. Majority don't question what they're being shown. They just don't. And the demons capitalize on that. Okay, so that is a more modern version of the matrix of leadership. And what does that look like to you? Looks like an eye to me. And look how it's a 6-pointed star, or it's actually showing 666. But I'm not getting all that, okay? But it's a 666. It's an eye. It's definitely an eye with a pupil, cornea, all that kind of stuff. It's all there. Okay, now watch this. Who is the 13th prime? Well, what's the 13th prime number? Because that's what it's hinting to. The prime is the prime number. So 13th prime, 13th leader is Optimus Prime, but the 13th real prime number is 41. What's 41 hiding? I'll tell you. It's hiding the capstone. What's the top stone? Okay. Why? Because there's 13 levels. Count them. You can count them. 13 levels. And then the top one is the 14th, which is 41 backwards. The 13th prime is hiding 41. Again, things are upside down backwards and little twists to hide things. Like I said, the 14th is the top of the eye in the top of the pyramid. And to prove that even more, there it is. The matrix. The 13th prime, the transformer that transformed, the original transformer that transformed into the matrix of leadership, which looks like an eye, is the 13th prime, which is the 13th prime being Optimus Prime, but also being the 13th prime number, which is 14 backwards. Solved. Bam. Okay. Now, an Autobot is 41. Being a prime, Optimus Prime is an Autobot. That's who he is. Trumple is an Autobot. Don't even get me into how it relates to George H.W. Bush, the 41st president. That's another long rabbit trail. Literally, I'm not exaggerating one bit. I have probably easily 20 hours of stuff I have so much stuff on this date now of 2022, July 19th, all the way through August 1st, 2022. It's unprecedented. It's just, I'm overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed to put out stuff because I have so much stuff. What do I talk about? I mean, do I talk about Poltergeist and The Shining, how they're related, and they both have a 5-year-old disappearing, one going through a portal. They're both going through portals because the innocent are going to be taken, while taken from harm's way. I mean, there's just so much stuff I can't even. With that, oh my gosh! So my wife just was led to watch Poltergeist for some strange reason, and then she showed me, and then she was excited to see the numbers because she saw them right away. They were so obvious. Let me just tell you this real quick because it's just blows my mind. In the movie Poltergeist, a little girl who is 5 years old who represents Lily. In fact, there's a picture of her in the movie. She's on the floor in the kitchen, and she's got the helmet. She got the goat helmet on, and she's sitting in the circle. iPad goes, she's Lily. She's got white hair, literally white hair. She's sitting in the circle, and she's Lily. It's just so crazy. And in the movie, when it's early in the morning. She hears something in the TV. She goes to the TV, right? And then it goes to white noise because it's the end of the night. That's how it was back then, is that when the programming is done, it just goes to white noise on the TV. Just you see the white noise, the little white and black specks on there. And it was at 2:37. You see the time on the TV is 2:37, which is the attack, and that's when the children are taken, and she's the 5-year-old, the innocent is taken, and she's taken out through the portal, and they can't find her. Just like I've said 1,000 times. And people say, "Oh, where's this stuff in media programming and stuff? The children leaving." And then Danny is with his mother when Jack Torrance and Shiny's coming after him with an axe, and they're in the bathroom, and then he escapes through a little portal, a little window, a window into the other time. By the way, window is 723. I mean, it's crazy, and he goes out the window to safety for a little bit, in the snow. I mean, snow is the numbers too. It's 720. I can share so much and it just goes forever. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it's crazy. Okay, that was my sharing of that. Okay, and my wife was inspired to do that, and she's been kind of wondering if this is the time or not and all this stuff, and now it's just helping her see that more. It's crazy how the Lord works. I mean, and to religious minds go, "Oh, the Lord was inspiring you to watch Poltergeist." Yes! To a religious mind, they can't possibly understand it, but to a person who's in relation with Jesus that has him do all kinds of things that you wouldn't imagine, to help people, to be in their darkness, to help them. Okay? That's how he works. So do not participate in it, but expose it. How can you expose it if you don't know it? I mean, wake up, you ultra-religious people. You're so stuck in your ways because the enemy's got you stuck, so you can't really move around and have some freedom in Christ. This does have no power over me. I have no fear of any of this stuff. No darkness. If you would be around in my family at all, there's no darkness in my family. It's wonderful. It's glorious. It's lovely. I have 4 children, and they're amazing. My wife's awesome. Okay? There's goodness and love in our family. And everybody who's around our kids go, "Man, what's up with your kids? They're amazing." They're just like, they're so blessed by them because they're just not brats, and they're amazing, and they're loving, and they talk to people. And like a lot of these other kids, they don't want to associate with people, especially kids that go to public school. My kids don't go to public school. I would never do that. Never. I'm not going to have people program them or put them in that danger for so many reasons. Anyway, I'm done. Okay, so 13th prime is, and then what's the matrix of leadership? That I, look, 719 several ways. 7 in the middle, 19 backwards. I talk about 13 right here. Okay, anyway, 7 in the middle, 19 backwards, and 719 backwards. Take away the 1, okay? Or 7/19, however you want to look at it. Boom. Okay, man, I was on the soapbox for a little bit. Man, it's so much. Thanks for the ones who put up with me and how I talk and everything. Thank you. Or some people like it, and that's fine, great. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's who I am. Then leave, please. Anyway, I'm just being real. That's being real. Real. You know what? When the Lord told me one day, he said, "Real is refreshing." And I agree. I said, I agree. When people are real, it's refreshing to me. It really is. Most people are fake because they can't be real. Because they're afraid of being real, because then they'll have to, actually live out of their heart. And then the world stomps on the heart. It literally smashes. It hates realism. It wants everybody to be fake, so they're not genuine, and there's no vulnerability. And that gets you to truth. That gets you to realistic life and a real life in Christ. It's crazy. So Trump is the 45th prime. Remember the 13th prime? And it's, what's the 45th prime? Prime number, that is. 197. 19th of July is the 45th prime. That's what this is hinting to. Ultimately, he's a prime. He's the 45th prime, the 45th president, which is the 45th, or president or prime, is the 45th president, is the 45th prime, which is not 197. Oh, nailing this. Woo, look out. Okay, so I'm going to end this with making this shorter than normal, thankfully. 718 to 720, I'm saying. Trumple will be back somehow, again, minimum, just running for president, maximum, getting involved with the whole Russia thing and really messing it up. To again making Christians and conservatives look like complete imbeciles, and the left hating them to want to work with the Antichrist to kill them all. So maximum. But there'll be some version of that. I can't write the future. I don't know what they're going to be doing. So the best I can do is guess at what they're already planning to do and what they're already saying. And I'm just trying to translate it for you. Okay, that's what I'm doing. If you can't see that, wow, just please go somewhere else. I mean, for your own sake, because I'm just going to delete the crud that you say. And, if you have some weird things you want to, vomit out your mouth and out your text, I mean, just don't, because it's gonna be you're gonna waste your time. It's gonna be gone and deleted. Okay, so Queen is dead or removed. Monkeypox. This is still possible. The Tousles variansels, I'm gonna say. I shouldn't say that. Monkeypoxels. Okay, whatever. Right here. Okay, or some new thing that's going to add to the numbers is going to come out on basically 719, or kind of hinted at 718, and then it could be announced 720 ultimately, but it will happen on 719. And then again, we're gonna have La Palma Island erupt, Cumbre Vieja volcano erupt, marking the first day like it did on 9/19 last year. 9/19 is September 19th. Okay, and then a dam break, 2 possible dam breaks, Orville Dam in California on that day, 19th, and then possibly Three Gorges Dam in China, the largest dam in the world, and that's been all kind of predicted, programmed to break, and there's so much hubbub about that being, I think there's 3 big cracks in it right now. There's massive flooding going on again. It's all set up for this. It's all set up for it to go this time frame. It really is. So there we go. So I want to thank you, Optimus Prime. Optimist Prime. I want to thank you for watching. No, anyway. Listen, I have to laugh and I have to make this kind of funny because I'll cry. I'll cry and okay. Yeah, reminder to take my vitamins. I even I turn off all my data and stuff, and here comes my reminder for taking my vitamins. Anyway, I have a regimen of vitamins because I need them so I can not feel like I'm 70 years old. Okay, so thank you so much. I want to thank you, and Trumptimus Prime, or Optimistic Prime. Thanks you for watching and for supporting me and everything you've done. All the people that have been wonderful. Again, I just thank everybody who's ever given, and it just means so much to me. I'm not going to ask this time. I do here and there. I just thank you so much. I'm beside myself. My family's very thankful that we're taken care of. Sometimes it's very difficult. We get right on the edge. But here, it wasn't that long ago. We were at what was it? $29 on our account or something like that, and then or what I think it was a crazy number. That was the numbers or whatever. And then it was like right as we got to that point, then we had this donation and then donation. It's just it's how the Lord works. It's just trusting Him. So I'm so thankful, and thank you so much for sharing these. I encourage you, I implore you, I beg you to share some of these videos. Share this video, please, to some people before the 19th. Because when this stuff happens, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. At least a majority of this stuff, I'm saying, is going to happen. Now, this day, I can't say it for sure, but I'm saying there's a massive possibility it's going to happen on this day. Look at the exact dates I had in His name and in I'll Be Back. It's insane. I'm telling you. And I'm very sure I've been right for so many years. I just didn't have the right year. And even about May I thought it was May because it was really the 5th month, July, and all kinds of stuff. It's just crazy. So anyway, thank you again, everybody who's ever supported me. Great, good comments and prayers, huge. Thank you for praying for me and my family. And so thank you. Anyway, I'm done. So I really appreciate it. God bless you all. And this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.